This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this is lecture number 9. So this is our ninth session. So in this ninth session, we'll talk about how to implement event-based trigger. So can anybody tell me what is trigger? What is trigger?
To automate your ADF pipeline and to schedule your ADF pipeline, we use trigger.
Kicking off something for a particular date and time.
No. Yeah, very good. So trigger is basically good. So trigger is basically used for running a pipeline in automated way. So they based on the type of trigger, so you are going to decide whether to run a pipeline on particular time based or you want to run a pipeline based on some file availability. Understood? So yesterday we have seen if you want to run a pipeline for every minute, okay, or every hour or every day, every week, every month, how we can able to run the pipeline using the triggers. We have discussed all these different ways. Using which type of trigger we discussed yesterday?
Schedule.
Schedule trigger.
Schedule based trigger. Now I am talking about, today we are talking about event based trigger. So schedule based trigger is totally dependent on the timing. So you can set this time it has to run. So every alternate day or every 1 hour it has to run. Something like that you can able to set it. But what is event based trigger? Remember, event based trigger means based on file availability in the storage. We are going to run pipeline. Got it? Now you may ask what type of file. So that can be any type of file. It can be .csv or .parquet, .org, extra, any type of file it can be. Based on file availability in the storage, we are going to run a pipeline. Meaning, let's imagine simple example. There is a storage, okay. Let me go to paint. Sorry. See, this is, you need to imagine. Let's imagine there is a on-premise. There is a on-premise. On-premise means what? On-premise means local system. Let's say in our local system there is a data. This is the blob storage. I'm just considering. This is a blob storage. I'm considering. Okay. This is a blob storage. So in on-premise, I have my own system. I have my laptop basically. Let's imagine I have my own laptop. Got it? So this is my own laptop in the on-premise. So let's imagine this is on-premise my laptop. In this laptop, I have some data. What I wanted to do is this particular data, I want to copy it into the blob storage. What I want to do is I want to copy this into the blob storage. Okay, this is a blob storage. This is what on-premise mission. So what I want to do is, so from on-premise mission, let's imagine I have ingested some data. I have copied some data into the cloud. In the cloud, which storage I'm choosing? Blob storage. Let's imagine in blob storage, I'm loading data as a CSV file. .csv. Okay. Now what we wanted to do is, so once the data is available in the blob storage, I want to read this data further and I want to do some kind of analysis, meaning I want to copy this data again from blob storage to the, let's imagine there is a requirement where you need to move data into the SQL database, or we can say, let's imagine you want to move it into the data lake storage Gen 2. You want to move it into the data lake storage Gen 2. So this is basically ADLS Gen 2. Let's imagine, okay. So basically, so there is a, from on-premise, we are copying data into the blob storage. As soon as data is available in blob storage, from blob storage, we want to read data and we need to do some kind of a processing. We need to do some kind of a processing. After processing, we want to load data into the ADLS Gen 2. Processing means, let's say you are removing some duplicates and a lot of things you are doing, and ultimately you are writing your final data into the ADLS Gen 2. Okay, see, our goal is what we are doing in the pipeline is not our goal. What is our goal for today? Trigger. Trigger means what is the use case of the event based trigger, you should understand. But what is the logic, what is the processing I'm going to do, that thing you don't worry too much, because that is not relevant at this time. So I'm repeating again, from on-premise mission, I'm ingesting data into the blob storage as a .csv file. So whenever this .csv file is created in the blob storage, I want to run my pipeline. That pipeline can do anything. So here simple logic I am taking. So basically this simple logic will not be there in real time. Okay, but this simple logic I'm taking for you to understand very easily this event based trigger. Okay, so yes, so daily I am going to ingest some data from on-premise to cloud. In cloud we are using the blob storage. In blob storage I'll just create a .csv file with the on-premise data. So this .csv file, whenever this .csv file is created in blob storage, I want to run a pipeline. I want to run a pipeline. That pipeline can copy data simply from blob to ADLS to it can do anything. That logic you don't worry much. But what is our goal? When our pipeline should run? Can you tell me when our pipeline should run?
When CSV is loaded,
When
it
the
should
file
run.
is available.
Very good. Whenever .csv file is loaded, you can say whenever .csv file is created, whenever .csv file is modified, whenever .csv anything. So this is simple example I am going with the .csv, but you can consider any type of file. Any type of file you can consider. Got it? Everybody got it, friends? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now what I wanted to do, so let's imagine, so this part we have not covered it. Which part? This part we have not covered it, this particular part. How to ingest the data from on-premise to cloud, we have not discussed that. Let's imagine, so somebody is ingesting a file, and whenever .csv file is uploaded into blob storage, I want to run a pipeline. Whenever a new .csv file or new .parquet file is arrived into blob storage, I want to run a pipeline. So how to design a trigger which runs a pipeline whenever a new CSV file is created in the blob storage? Created means it can be real time data will be ingested from on-premise to cloud, but now to experience this particular event based trigger, instead of ingesting data from on-premise to cloud, we will just upload the .csv file. What we are going to do? We are going to upload the .csv file. When we upload .csv file, new CSV file will be available in the blob storage. Then our pipeline is going to run. When our pipeline runs, that pipeline can copy data from blob to ADLS Gen 2. How many of you clear what we are going to do today? Clear. Cleared. Okay, good. So now what you can do? Come here. So come here. So simple. So even people who are not able to understand at this time, don't worry, you'll be able to understand. So for now, what I'll do, basically, I want to copy data from the lab. Let's say this is 9th lab or whatever. How to copy data from blob to ADLS Gen 2 using event-based trigger. Simple. So once you understand use case, you can just analyze for anything. Okay, let me show you. So what is our source? What is our source here?
Blob storage.
What is our source here?
ADLS.
ADLS. What is ADLS? What is ADLS Gen 2? ADLS Gen 2 is nothing but a Azure data lake storage generation 2. So we also have a data lake storage Gen 1, but that is no longer available. So now we have only ADLS Gen 2. What is the difference between blob and the ADLS Gen 2? Very important question in interview also. Blob storage is flat file structure, okay, whereas ADLS Gen 2 is hierarchical namespace. I'll show you what is hierarchical namespace. So meaning you will have a subfolders, again inside subfolder you will have a again subfolder, so that hierarchy you can maintain. Whereas a blob storage you can able to create only root container, but subfolders are not possible in the blob storage. Indirectly you can create, but you cannot delete them. Okay. Similarly, blob is limited storage, and whereas ADLS Gen 2 is unlimited storage. Blob will be authenticated, okay, authenticated with which key? Access key, if you see daily. Okay, whereas ADLS Gen 2 can also be authenticated with access key and service principal. What is service principal? I'll explain to you. Okay. Next, blob storage is used for archival. Archival means for historical data you just compress and store it for some time, okay, and you can just use for staging layers. Staging layer means temporary data storage, etc. Whereas ADLS Gen 2 is used for big data analytics. So if you have a different sources in on-premise, you are collecting data in different sources. From different sources you are collecting and you are storing data in the Oracle database, SQL database, IBM database, some different databases and different storages, some REST API, SAP system, Salesforce. You are storing data in different sources. You bring entire data from all the sources, put it in a data lake storage Gen 2, and later you can able to analyze on top of that big data, right? So I just explain one by one. Okay, so first let's create the blob storage. Go to storage accounts, click create storage account. Come here, so create a new subscription. I'll say here Cloud Pandit, yeah, 9 iPhone Arch. Okay, click OK. Cloud Pandit 9 blob storage. Okay, blob you can simply put Cloud Pandit 9 blob. Click review plus create. Okay, create it. Now open one more portal.azure.com. So again, for creating data lake storage Gen 2, also go to storage accounts, create a storage account. How to create ADLS Gen 2? See here, select your Cloud Pandit 9. The research group is Cloud Pandit 9 iPhone Archie. Here I'll say Cloud Pandit 9 ADLS. Okay. So this is what, if I click review plus create, what it will create? It will create a blob storage or ADLS, data lake storage.
Blob.
Blob. We know it will create a blob. Now go to advanced. How to make it as ADLS is, come here, you see data lake storage Gen 2. The data lake storage Gen 2 is a hierarchical namespace, accelerates big data analytics workloads. Why we will use ADLS Gen 2? Big data analytics workload. So if we have a lot of data in different source systems, you just ingest data from all your source systems into data lake storage Gen 2, then you can able to analyze that particular data, and you will also have a file level access control list, which means that so you can just control the permission in a account level, folder level, file level. So all the level of permissions also will have. Next, enable hierarchical namespace, you just select this. Enable hierarchical namespace, you must enable this. So once you enable this, then click review plus create. This will create what?
ADLS Gen
ADLS.
2
Yeah,
storage.
Yeah, so very good question. Somebody asked when to use blob storage, when to use ADLS. So always you need to use the ADLS Gen 2 storage. Always. But what is the use of blob storage? Blob storage will not be available in the future. As of now, it is available. The reason is blob ADLS Gen 1. There are two different storages we used to have earlier. Now, blob all the good features, ADLS Gen 1 all good features, they have kept it in the ADLS Gen 2, meaning blob functionalities, ADLS Gen 1 functionalities, everything is there in ADLS Gen 2. That's why already data lake store Gen 1 is decommissioned. Already you will not be able to create now. It is already gone. Now this also will be vanished, disappear after few days or after few months or years. So ultimate service what we will have is ADLS Gen 2. But as of now, if somebody asks which one I should go in which scenario, blob you can use to store data temporarily. Okay? Whereas ADLS Gen 2 you can use to store data permanently. Okay, got it? This is the one ultimate solution. This is the simple use case. If you want to store any data temporarily for some processing to be happen, then you can go for blob. Otherwise, you need to go for ADLS Gen 2. Clear? Simple use case. Okay. Rahul. Next. Come here. This is ADLS Gen 2. This is blob. Let me show you few more features. Go to resource. Here also container is there. This is what? See here, blob service. Come here. Go to resource. What it is showing here? Data lake storage it is showing. Here what it is showing? Blob service. Now go to containers here in blob service. Let's say here, see Cloud Pandit 9 blob. Inside blob I'll say input container. Create it. Under that, do you see any option to create a subfolder? Yes or no?
No. No.
No. Now let's go to the data lake store Gen 2. Go to containers. Let's create a container called output. Under output, do you see option to create a subfolder add directory? First, please go mute wherever you have some disturbance. Okay. Inside cust, again, do you see any other option? Again, you can create a 2022 folder. So and so on, you can able to create a hierarchical structure, top to like output. Under output, you can have multiple subfolder. Under subfolder, you may have again subfolders like that. Clear? Clear? Everybody is clear on this differences. Okay, next. So now next option I cannot able to show you. See, I'll tell you the options that I have explained to you as of now. Blob storage is flat file structure, whereas ADLS Gen 2 is a hierarchical namespace. You just have seen just now with the practicals. Okay, so blob storage is limited storage, ADLS Gen 2 is unlimited storage. This we cannot prove it. You need to check it from the documentation. This point, okay. Blob will be authenticated with access key, whereas ADLS Gen 2 can also be authenticated with access key and service principal. This I will show you from ADF, because from ADF it will show you all the options. Okay, from ADF I'll show you this option. Next, blob storage is used for archival staging layer versus ADLS Gen 2 is used for big data analytics. You just have seen when I am enabling the ADLS Gen 2, it is clearly mentioned it is for big data analytics. Okay, so as I mentioned, blob storage is mainly used for staging layers and archival. Staging layer means temporary purpose. Clear? All of you clear on these things?
But I have one doubt in blob storage.
Yes, yes.
Okay, can you go back to the blob storage containers?
Okay.
Okay, here we can create a nested folder directly only, right? I mean, input one slash another folder name slash we can give that way. That should
Is
work,
it
right?
okay? Let me show you. What it is saying? Input a slash only input. What it is saying? Is it allowing? It will not allow. Okay, clear. Next,
So
Mahesh.
at the time of uploading,
Yes, Prudhi, go on.
is the time of uploading we can create the subfolder in blob storage also.
Yes, that's why I said that is indirectly you can do it. And one more thing is, let's say you come to output, I can delete this subfolder directly. Okay, so let me show you all your doubts because I don't want to put all these doubts as in. Click upload. So you are saying, let's say you are uploading some CSV files or whatever. Okay, let's say let's imagine there are two files I'm uploading. So in advanced, I can able to create a subfolders. Okay, I can create a folders. Let's say cust/2022 something upload. So folders are created. That is good. Okay, indirectly created the folder. But now what I want is I want to delete this folder. Will you be able to delete? You see? Are you able to? No. Are you able to delete this folder? No. But when these folders will be deleted automatically, when I just delete these two files, okay. Now you see those subfolders also deleted. You got it? Understood? Folders you can able to create indirectly, but those you cannot delete it. Clear? Fine. Now I'll just go and create the ADF. What is this new error? I think my browser issue or something is that. Just give me a minute, okay? Let me just close it. Okay, so again open. So here I'll just open the blob storage we created. So where is blob? Blob name you can just type Cloud Pandit 9 blob. So just click on this. So this is the source we created. Oh my god, why it is this kind of errors? Okay, 1 minute, let me just delete this. Okay, so go to Cloud Pandit 9 ADLS. So this is our source Cloud Pandit 9 block. This is our sync Cloud Pandit 9 ADLS. I'll just go and create what? Which service I need to create? Azure Data Factory. Okay, I will quickly start the Data facts we need to create. Okay, search for data factory, otherwise simply click here if you can able to find, create it. So Cloud Pandit 9-RJ, 9-RJ, ADF name is Cloud Pandit, Cloud Pandit 9 ADF, I'll say. So git configuration, I'll configure it later. Click preview plus create. Click create. Okay, so this is source block, this is sync, this is our Azure data factory. Okay, this is the data factory, this is our source and all those things. Go to resource. So how many linked services we need now? Two linked services.
Two, sir.
Very good. Two linked services. Good. How many data sets we need?
Two.
Okay, good. See, all these things you know, because we are not explaining the complex logics. This is our ultimate learning. How to automate the pipelines. Okay, go to manage tab. Let's create two linked services. Now you see, for blob storage, you search as a blob. LS for blob. Blob, just put blob. Subscription is this. Storage account name is Cloud Pandit 9 blob. Okay, loading key is done. So if you see here, 1 second. For blob storage also everything is allowed. See the authentication methods, what all we have is account key, SaaS URI, service principal, system SN managed identity, user SN managed identity. Total 5 different ways we have. So test connection, let me show you what are the things we have for. But blob storage is also supporting service principal now. 1 second. Okay, so the account like linked services created for blob. Let's create a linked service for the ADLS. Okay, ADLS join. So here see the authentication methods. SaaS authentication method is not supported in the ADLS. Okay, so that one more thing. Okay, this is basically authentication with SaaS, only SaaS. Okay, blob will be authenticated with SaaS, whereas ADLS Gen 2 cannot be authenticated with SaaS key. The SaaS key, other things are supported. What is SaaS key? I will show you. Okay, see the SaaS key option is not showing. Okay, when we have chosen blob storage, there are total 5 options. One of the option is SaaS key. So we will see in next session how we can able to create the connection using the SaaS key. Okay, subscription is this. Storage account name. Storage account name is Cloud Pandit 9 ADLS. See loading key. This is also using account key, but you can also use service principal, any other authentication method. So we will talk about service principal later, because our goal is not understanding the different types of authentication methods and all. Okay, so now we established the connection to blob and ADLS Gen 2 using the access key authentication type. Now come to author. Now you created 2 data sets. Yeah, don't select any data set for now. Create a pipeline. Use this copy data activity. So what I want to do is, I want to run a pipeline now. Whenever a new file uploaded into blob storage, in real time, as we are not going to upload any file into this input container, what happened in real time is file will be ingested from the on-premise. From the on-premise, data will be ingested into the blob. That part we will cover in the future. Okay, let's imagine there is a CSV file, newly arrived, newly uploaded CSV file available in this input container. Immediately my pipeline should run. So what you need to do for that, what you need to do for that. Okay, first step for today's session. See, today's session I actually started now. So first step for today's session is whenever new file arrived into blob storage, our ADF pipeline should trigger, should run. How? So two things are important for this. First thing is you need to enable something called event grid on subscription. What you need to do? You need to enable the event grid on subscription. Why you need to enable this? Because event grid is a one functionality which keep checking the blob storage for the new files. Whenever new file is available in the blob storage, this event grid is the something which is basically run the pipelines. Event grid is something which basically start the event trigger. Event trigger is basically starting the pipeline. But what is the first important thing? Event grid must be enabled on subscription. How to enable that? Come here. Let's go to subscriptions. Click on subscriptions. Let's select this subscription. It can be anything, free trial or whatever. Okay, come down. So if you come down, you will see something called resource providers. Okay, under this you will see resource providers. Here you can say event grid. So event grid is already registered in my case, but in your case it will be shown as unregistered. How it will be shown is, I'll show you. So it will be shown as, see, not registered. Like this it will show when you search for event grid. Let's imagine this one first I'll unregister. Okay, I just unregister. Let me show you, because in your case this will be unregistered. You need to re-register. You will confuse. That's why I'm starting. See, now event grid is registered or not registered? Not registered. How to register? Select this, click register on top here. Simple. So now come back to one second, sorry. Come back to resource providers. Search for event grid. Event grid. See, event grid is still registering. But what is the first important step? Event grid is must be enabled, must be registered first. It takes less than 2 minutes. Click on resource providers again. Event grid. It's still registering, okay? Just wait. So it is registered now. It is registered now, okay? This is step one. Step two, create event based trigger. Create event based trigger. We need to create on ADF now. Come to Azure Data Factory, go to add trigger. Okay, so new/edit trigger, new trigger. So before I go, I also want to tell you one more thing. Basically, let's say inside this input container, file is uploaded. File is uploaded. When the file is uploaded, I need two things. I need in which folder the file is uploaded. What is the file name? What is the folder name? What is the file name? I need two things. So when you want two things, okay, in Canvas, click here. See, you select a pipeline. After these are the pipeline configuration. If you click here, this is the pipeline configuration. In pipeline configuration, you create two parameters. Okay, PL pipeline param. DS param means data set. It's a pipeline parameter. PL underscore param for folder path. So which folder, in which folder file is uploaded? So PL param for file name. Got it? This is folder path, this is a file path. I need two things. Whenever a file is uploaded, that particular entire folder path and I need a file name both. That's why you need to create two Python parameters. Okay, are you able to get this? Yes, yes.
Malay, can you please recreate the pipeline parameters once again?
You want me to explain again?
Yes, pipeline parameters.
Pipeline parameters, why I'm creating, because whenever a pipeline is run, I need to take two things. One is, so you may have input 1, input 2, and so on. Under which folder file is uploaded? Under which folder file is uploaded? What is the file name? I need two things, folder path and file name. That's why I created folder path and file name, two parameters. Clear?
No, actually, how did you come to this location? That's what I wanted to see there.
This one, see, someone's always like repetition I'm hearing. So are you not able to understand? Are you having network issue? Are you joining late or what it is? See, look at here.
No.
I clearly mentioned. So when you select a copy activity, you will see copy activity configurations here. When you click on outside of the copy activity, you will see these parameters. So here you need to click new to create a PL arrow for folder path. Click new PL arrow for file name. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Clear? Now go to add trigger, new/edit trigger. Okay, new trigger. This is which type of trigger we are going to create? Trigger event for blob. Okay, blob storage based event trigger. Okay, now you come here, storage events, because we have a storage event. So okay, now which is subscription? Same subscription. Which is storage account? In which storage account you want to track the file availability? Tell me.
Blob
Blob.
storage.
Blob storage.
So you need to select a blob. So in blob, you want to track all the containers or you want to track particular container?
New arriving.
So I mean to say, let's say if somebody created input 1 and uploaded the file, somebody created input 2 and uploaded the file, you want to track file availability on all the containers or only in the input container? That is up to you. Let's go with the only input container. Whenever a new file arrived into the input container, I want to take that particular file. Okay. So what type of files? Maybe CSV files, Parquet files, JSON files, any type of file may upload. So when this pipeline should run? Whenever .csv file is uploaded. Whenever .csv. Let's say you want to run a pipeline for whenever a Parquet file is uploaded. .parquet. So in my case, I'm saying whenever .csv file is uploaded, I want to run my pipeline. Clear? All of you clear? In this storage, in this container, whenever .csv file is uploaded, I am going to run my pipeline. Tell me any doubts?
Malia, what is the blob path begins with the above option?
So if you have any subfolder inside input container, if you have any cust /2022/ like this, any subfolders are there, those you need to put it here. As you don't have anything, I am not putting anything. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Next. So
For multiple file extension, can we have like
you can see. So what you can do is very simply, if you have a multiple extensions, you create a multiple event based trigger and attach to the same pipeline. Okay.
okay.
That is one easiest way, because you cannot say simply like this .parquet and all those will not work here. Okay. Fine. Now the question is, can you all tell me when a file? So I have a storage, under this I input container. under input container .csv file I have. This .csv file I am deleting. When I delete this, will my pipeline run or not?
It should be based on the event.
If you select option block deleted, then it will.
Okay, let's say in
I
this
think we cannot
storage,
delete it.
there is input container. Under this input container, I am uploading .csv file, another .csv file. Will my pipeline run or not?
We need to change the event there. Blob created or blob deleted.
We have to
Okay,
select
very
the checkbox.
Very important thing is you need to choose one of this option, or you can choose two. When a file available you want to run, or on file deletion you want to run. Whenever a new file arrived only, I want to run my pipeline. Okay. Next, ignore empty blobs. What is meant by ignore empty blobs? Any guesses?
If a file is 0 KB, then it will ignore. Yes.
Very good. Whenever a file is 0 KB, whenever file is 0 KB, there is no data, empty file. Whenever empty file is uploaded, we are ignoring by default. If you don't want to ignore, you can select no. But in my case, I'm ignoring. I'll show you all these use cases, okay? First thing is my pipeline should run only on the creation of the file. Pipeline should not run on the deletion. First use case. Second use case is whenever an empty file is uploaded, my pipeline should not run. Whenever a empty file is uploaded, pipeline should not run. Let me write it. Pipeline should run only on file creation.
Malaya, one question.
1 second, let me go on. Pipeline should not run on file deletion. Third one is pipeline should not run on empty files. Empty file creation. These three use cases you should remember. Yes, tell me your any questions. Tell me.
Yeah. So,
Tell me.
so the event like blob deleted. So if we select that one, like not for this use case, but for any use case. So if any file is deleted from the blob, like if the pipeline runs, the blob would be empty, right? Like what is the use case that we use this option?
So maybe somebody want to notify somebody, like let's say whenever a file is deleted, any CSV file is deleted from the production folder, they want to notify there is a sensitive data. They want to notify immediately, is there any by mistake or whatever use case. If at all any file is deleted, they want to notify. That can be one of the use case for blob deleted. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Malaya.
No problem. Yeah, very good question. Anil asked, if we configure for CSV file, client uploaded any other type of file, then pipeline will run or not? No, pipeline will not run. Okay, clear? So you need to give all these options and start trigger, click continue.
Malaya,
Wait,
if you want to
let me
run
clear.
Excel,
This is important. Wait, I'll ask.
okay.
I'll take it. This is very important. Please look at here. So I just click continue. Container name is input, ends with .csv. Okay. Now you see 0 blobs matched in input. That is okay. Click continue. So when click continue, what it is asking? Folder path and file. How to give? So the folder is input. File name I am uploading is credit.csv. Clear? Correct? If I upload tomorrow cust1.csv, how you can change this file name? That's why you should not hard code any of this. This should come dynamically. How? At the rate trigger body dot folder path. Similarly, trigger body dot file path. When you use this, trigger automatically identifies, okay, this file is uploaded under which folder, this file is uploaded in which this particular file name, what is the file name, everything we will be able to get it. So let me show you these things in the document. You can just search here and Azure Data Factory, go to documentation. See, trigger body dot folder path means it will give you folder path. Trigger body dot file name means it will give you file name. Okay, sorry, I think I have given file path, but it should be a file name. Okay, so file name means file name, it will give. Folder path means it will give you folder path. Clear? So let me run once so that all your doubts will be clarified. Now what happens? Folder path will be available here. File name will be available for the source side, under which folder, what type of file is uploaded. These two information we have. Now we need to go to source and we need to select that particular file. 1 second, give me a minute. Okay, just a connected charger. Okay, now what is our source? Blob storage. What type of files we are trying to upload? CSV. Source. Linked service is this. So container name and file name, are we getting dynamically or we need to hard code it?
Dynamically,
How?
because a client
The pipeline level and trigger level, we have mentioned that.
Okay. Remember, trigger will pass folder name, file name to the pipeline parameters. So pipeline parameters will pass this information to the dataset parameters. So from dataset parameters, we need to take and we need to select them in dataset. Okay. So now we'll go from the back, select them in dataset. To select them in dataset, first don't select anything here. First is at the click OK. Okay, now you go to this dataset, create a two parameters. One is ds param for folder name, ds param for file name. Where I need to select these parameters, container name is here, folder name. File name is where? Here or here? Here. Clear? This you know simply. So now what I have done, I created a dataset parameters and I just basically selected them in the respective places. Now I have a dataset parameters that will be shown in the pipeline. Copy activity. See here. So who will pass the values to these dataset parameters? Pipeline parameters. See, PL param folder path. So these are a pipeline parameters. File name also should come from the pipeline parameter. So where you created this pipeline parameter, you click on outside of copy activity, you see here. So these are the two pipeline parameters you created. Basically, so these for these dataset parameters, pipeline parameters will pass the folder name and file name. For pipeline parameters, who will pass the folder name and file name? Trigger. Clear? Trigger. Very good. That's all. So now source side we selecting dynamically. If I upload a credit.csv, automatically container name is input, file name is credit.csv will come. And based on the file you are uploading, file name will keep changing. If you change it to the another folder, folder also will change. Now sync. Where you want to upload your data into data lake store gen 2. So select data lake store gen 2. How you want to write it as CSV, DS for ADLS gen 2. It's a sync. Select here First was that. So same structure, sync side also I want to create a, if the source side file is uploaded into input, under input credit.csv is uploaded. In the target side also I want to create a input and I want to upload data into the into that particular folder. Okay, same folder name I want to create here. How to create it? Otherwise, browse it, select output, click OK. Simple. So I'm basically all the input files, whatever is coming, simply I'm loading into the output. Okay, simply I'm loading into the output. Click OK, because if I confuse, a lot of things will be confusing you. Clear now? So let me show you with one example, then you will have some understanding. Okay, let's publish on. I'll do a one run and I'll explain. So you will get to know each and everything. Okay, give me a time to run at least once. Okay, this is a pipeline. It is publishing. Successfully published. Now come to monitor tab. Is it running? When it will run? When pipeline will run? Prithvi, when pipeline will run?
So we have to trigger.
Whenever a CSV file added into this input container, it will run. Okay, upload. Now I am uploading.
Malaya, your screen got stuck.
Is
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Now?
No moments.
No, it's same.
No, it is showing
Green?
that publishing.
Okay, it is showing publish one.
Notifications.
Let me just stop and reshare the screen once again. Give me a minute. Okay, 1 minute. I hope you are able to see now, right? Hello. Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is just click upload, select here, select all first. Okay, any file is fine. Click upload. When I upload a CSV file here, what will happen? You will see in the monitor tab. Refresh this. So who has triggered our pipeline?
Yeah.
Event based trigger. What it has done, what it will do. So go to pipeline parameters. It has given pipeline parameter. See, trigger body dot folder path has given as a input. Trigger body dot file name has given a allcost.csv. So this is a folder name. This is a file name. I assign to what are these? What are these?
Pipeline
Pipeline
parameter.
ETL pipeline param for folder path and a file name. So these particular pipeline parameters got the folder name and a file name. So this folder name and file name I am passing to where? Using this pipeline parameter, I am passing the folder name and file name to the dataset parameters. What these dataset parameters are doing? These dataset parameters, okay, these dataset parameters are basically selecting that input container, okay, selecting the input container. In that input container, it is selecting the required file. So once it read that particular file, it is copying that file into where? It is copying that file into sync dataset, that is output container. It is basically copying into the output container in the ADLS. We will see whether that file is came or not. Yes, yes or no? That file is
Yes.
available outside or not? Cleared all of you? Cleared all of you? Fine. Now,
Malaya, can you show that pipeline level parameter once again? Just show where you have taken the folder name and file name. Not
okay.
pipeline level, that trigger level.
Click new/edit. Click on this. Just check this. Click continue. Again, click continue. You will see a trigger body dot folder path, trigger body dot file name. So once you create a pipeline parameter, it will be shown here. So you need to say simply folder path and file name here.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Clear, Prithvi, Srija, Sri Lakshmi?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is able to understand. Now click OK. So I'm not basically going to, I'm not going to make any change because this is the original pipeline, right? So some use cases we have noted down. Pipeline should run only on a file creation of the CSV file. Pipeline should not run on file deletion. Okay. Let's see. Pipeline is running on the file deletion or not. The pipeline is basically ran earlier. Now I am deleting this. Just check whether file is whether your pipeline is running or not running. It is not. It is not running. It is not running. Very good. Now next. Next important thing is let's try to upload a 0-byte file. Okay. So upload. Click on this. So 0-byte.csv. So let me show you where is 0-byte. How much it is? 0 KB. You can see. Okay. Same file I'm selecting. 0-byte.csv. Upload this. So I just uploaded this file. Let's see now. Will it run or not? No. No, it is not running. Okay. Next use case also we have seen. Next. I'll upload another file, credit.csv. I'll upload. Will pipeline run now or not? Prithvi,
Yes.
will pipeline run now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It will run.
Yes, very good. So pipeline is basically going to run now. You see. See, pipeline is started. So what file it will copy? Credit.csv. Where it will copy into the output container. See, credit.csv will just now came 8 o'clock 1 minute. Got it?
Yeah. And what if we upload a same file again? Suppose again the customer file.
So from my understanding, it is basically going to rerun the pipeline, but I did not remember what will happen. Let me check it. Okay. So open. So what I know is basically it will rerun from my remembrance, but let's see whether it is rerunning or not. We can double check on this because I am not I did not remember. So but I guess it is going to rerun whenever a file is modified. See, whenever a file is modified, it is running or not?
Yes, thank you.
So what it will do? Very good question. Basically, I need to say thank you. Okay, because those are really good. Okay.
So again, it will replace the file in the output also.
Output side it will replace, right? Ultimately, because same file name, right? It will overwrite.
Okay.
Next.
Sir, what happens after loading into ADLS if we delete that credit.csv in blob?
That doesn't matter in ADLS Gen 2. What you are doing doesn't matter for us.
Okay.
Because our trigger is completely dependent on this storage and input container. This is also not dependent on any other folder. So basically we created trigger with what? See here, we created a trigger which completely dependent on the blob storage, that is Cloud Pandit 9 blob and input container. If you have selected any all container, you can create a new container and you can upload the file. Okay, it can track it. Next, one more thing I forgot to show you. That is one second, one by one. Let me show you some example. Let's say I'll upload a .json file. What will happen? It's a .json. Will it respond or not? Will pipeline run?
No.
Pipeline will not run. Okay, see, pipeline will not run because we responding only for the .csv.
Yeah, Malia.
Yes.
If you want to load Excel, means JSON is not running, right? We have to run JSON plus CSV. How can we run both the cases?
Binary. I mentioned already. If you have multiple types, just use binary.
Okay.
Okay, next. Author. We will make a small change in the trigger. Yes. Blob deleted. And also I want to say ignore empty blobs. Okay, blob created. You just make like this. But this will not work basically. Sorry. I'll tell you why. Yeah. Tell me your questions. I'll tell you. Another pipeline I'll take. I'll create new trigger.
So yeah, your pipeline ran after you hitting refresh. So shouldn't it run without hitting refresh as soon as the data is arrived on blob?
Data is refreshed.
No, you refresh the pipeline. That time we see that pipeline is running.
Here.
Yes. So shouldn't it run itself without refreshing?
No. Pipeline will run just to see the status. You are refreshing to see latest status.
So, but pipeline will run without refreshing.
Yes. See, this is dummy. You want to understand how the status is going. By default, it will refresh the pipelines for every 20 seconds. It will tell you the status, whether it is succeeded or it is in progress. If you want to know immediately, refresh. Okay, fine. Now, one more thing, quickly, let me show you. New pipeline, simple wait activity I'll take. Okay, so I'll create an event-based trigger for this wait activity. New trigger for event test. So storage events. So subscription is this. Storage account name is Cloud Pandit 9 block. Container name is, you can take anything basically, let's consider as input. So blob path begins with, you don't have anything, ends with let's say .csv only. But this time, whenever .csv file is deleted, whenever an empty .csv file is uploaded, in these two cases I want to run. But whenever a file is uploaded, CSV file is uploaded, I don't want to run. Or if you want to check it, you can check. But see, whenever a file is uploaded, I don't want to run. Ignore empty blobs. If you say, you need to say this one also. Blob created. So blob created meaning it can be a 0-byte file or it can be a some data file. Any file is created. I'm running the pipeline because ignore empty blobs is no. Meaning for empty blobs also it has to respond. And whenever a file is deleted, that time also it has to respond. Okay. So I enable these three functions.
Malia, can we remove that .csv also so that we can take all the files?
No,
That works.
all the files will not work. Let me see one second here.
Because it is not mandatory option.
File name or extension, for example. One second. No, I don't think that will work without giving. Okay, let me show you that at the last. Okay, we can try it. So for now, let me go like this. Click continue. See, as you don't have any pipeline parameters, see, when I just click here, it is not showing anything here. As you don't have any pipeline parameters, so click OK. Now click publish all. So 5 more minutes. Okay. Prithvi, can you tell me in what all cases pipeline 2 will run?
Only on CSV, sir.
Only on CSV. On empty files?
It will run, sir.
On file deletion?
It will run.
Okay, very good. So in all those cases, it is going to run. Okay, now come here. Now going into the input container. I'll just upload a one. Please inform your friends. I just uploaded. What file I uploaded now? Flatten underscore output.csv, right? See, this is already ran, succeeded, pipeline 2. Okay, because wait activity just 1 second. That's why it is immediately succeeded. Okay. Similarly, come here. Let's upload 0-byte file. Re-uploading. Okay. See, again it ran, successfully completed pipeline 2. So on file deletion, let's see. Let's say 0-byte file I'm deleting. So that test also should come. See, trigger event test. This is also succeeded because inside that we also have event based trigger for just a wait activity for 1 second. Wait activity is how much seconds? 1 second. That's why it is finishing pipeline quickly. But you have seen all these 3 cases pipeline ran. Now he asked if you remove the file name, the file extension, what will happen? He asked, right? Let me test that also. Remove this .csv completely. Click continue. Click continue. Click OK. Publish all. Publish.
Malaya, why we are taking wait activity here?
Simply because we don't have any we don't want to put any other activity for this use case. Because for file deletion, what you want to do, you want to send an alert email notification. So alert email notification session we have not discussed it. That's why empty wait activity can work for all the scenarios. That's why I just mentioned wait. But in real time use case, whenever file deleted, you will send an alert email notification. Whenever file comes, you will start some data flow or data bricks job, which basically read data and it will process it. Okay, so now I am uploading again. Let's delete it. Okay. Now this time .json file I am deleting. Yes, it ran. Okay, so .json I deleted, it ran, and I'm deleting Fifth time it should run. Okay, 4 times already there. Okay, you see pipeline 2 ran 4 times. If it is fifth time it shown means it ran for the .csv file deletion. Yes, fifth time also it is running. Now let's say I upload CSV. Okay, will it run? Sixth one. Sixth time pipeline 2 should run. Let's see. Oh, pipeline 1 is running. Why? Okay, pipeline 1 is running. Pipeline 2 also will. Pipeline 1, why it is responding? Why pipeline 1 is also responding? See, pipeline 2 responded 6 times. Pipeline 1 also responded. Why?
Because it's a CSV file.
Yes,
CSV
that
file
is
we have to.
now JSON file item. Which file? Which one is going to? Let's say this will not work. That's the problem. File uploaded. Only the pipeline 2 should run. Now let's see. Pipeline 2 should run on top of pipeline 1. See, pipeline 2 run. Meaning, yes, that's correct. If you're not providing any extension, it is considering all extensions. Okay. Clear? Any specific 2 different extensions if you want to give, what you will do? .csv, .park I want to give. What you will do?
We need to add 2 triggers.
2 triggers.
We need to get 2 triggers and we can attach to the same pipeline. Okay, next. Any questions?
Do we have
Malaya,
any other than storage events, Malaya?
Storage events?
Do we have any other events like other than storage events?
There are custom events that I am not very sure because that is recently introduced option. We need to see.
Malaya, can we try with comma for 2 different formats, file formats?
I don't think that will work, but let's see. .csv, comma, .parquet. No, that will not work. So if it is going to work, when you continue, already there are some CSV and JSON files in the input. It should match and it should display here. As it is not matching, it is not bringing. Okay, let's say when I remove these two, click continue. So it is matching JSON file, CSV files it is bringing. But when I just say your .csv, comma, .parquet, it is not able to bring those things, meaning it is not able to match, meaning this will not work 100%.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Malaya, for
Yes.
single pipeline, can we create multiple triggers?
Yes, that's what I'm telling, right?
Yeah, but that is, in option is not shown, right? That's what actually I'm confusion here.
What
if you go
option is
new,
not shown?
edit. Okay, fine, got it. Yeah.
Click OK. See, 2 triggers attached now. 2. If you want one more, click new.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Malaya, like this event based, can we make it on top of a table? When a new record comes, we can do a activity.
No, that is not there.
Okay. And this in the pipeline parameter, what is this variable pipeline? What is the difference between parameter and variable?
Variables can be changed at runtime. Others people don't use it. Variables can be changed at runtime. Parameters you cannot change at runtime. Runtime means within a pipeline execution, there is some logic which needs you need to do some kind of a counting. So you can use variable to increment that variable value, but parameter you cannot do like that. Okay. Next.
So Malaya,
Yes.
this is Chittaranjan. So actually, whatever the account username password you shared initially, so when I log in, we are facing some issues.
Chittaranjan, this is the main problem. I request everybody, I'm telling you, please join class on time. Please, I'm repeating again. If you miss it, you people are
No, no,
asking questions same again. No, I already
no.
explained what is the problem. Somebody has updated the phone number. We discussed this issue.
Okay,
Let me
okay,
stop.
okay.